on BTK's side, you can kind of see the way that they drafted. They're like, all right, we're not too worried about the Valentina. We think we can control it. But we'll find out, because now we're going to be loading up into the Land of Dawn. Game number 3 here. It's a 1-to-1, and we'll see how it all unfolds.
Absolutely. Now we do see already both teams starting actually on opposite buffs, which means the rotations will kind of go the opposite way. Do see Zane coming in with this comfort pick, like we said, the Fredrin. Do know he likes to spread some pixie dust around the map. He is the king of the jungle. So we're going to go ahead and see him go ahead and pick up that Fredrin.
Yeah, Zane definitely very comfortable, but looking at best player, right? The rising star for North America, and we're wondering how he's going to go toe-to-toe against North America's #1 jungler, Zane. You're looking at him running the tanks a lot. You're looking at Zane running the comfort Fredrin that we've seen time and time again. And we got to say, with teams of this caliber, it comes down to the micro and the macro, the last-minute decisions. The slight mistakes can be very costly.
Yeah, the big thing here, too, is this time, Promise with the Yuzhong. Will he be able to find the setups like we saw in the previous game, but on the other team, right? Now, that is the work cut out, but you have a great kind of layering of CC and options, not just with the Kufra, but you've got that Yuzhong, the way that works, the Black Dragon form, and that's really up to Shark. Now, we've seen him do this before, and that follow-up, right, to allow that kind of scaling to happen from mid to late game for them. BTK, on the other hand, they've got to kind of throw the punches early and really get that snowball going for them. Now, scaling-wise, it could be in their favor as well, depending on how much momentum they build. But because you simply have a Kadita, right, in the hands of Yato here, you should be able to secure yourself some early momentum, some early kills. That's the whole point of drafting the Kadita here.
Oh yeah, and I think Weezy and I talked about this in our previous NACT games. Shark is such a menace in the jungle, right? Even with the first 30 seconds of buff spawning, just the zonish, but best player coming with a little bit of damage.
That's right, a fight over the first turtle. Best player in a tricky situation. Dodges T on the Raging Slash, but Shark winding up with the Tyrant's Revenge. Tyrant's Rage possibly on the way. The Petrify going down the rough wave. Zane picking up the turtle, but can he get out alive? Princess Wrath does go down. Hoon in a tricky situation as well. Gets the Terrify. Promise picks up a kill. First Blood takes down Zane, and T takes down Promise.
And that is a turtle into the hands of BTK. Now we did see the roamer for the side of Outplay. Shark was still not level 4, so the set potential was not there, but we do have to give credits over to T, right? The bravest fighter stance coming with the flicker combo was able to take off a kill, actually, but that's actually Hoon taking off the Lapu, which is going to be T.
Yeah, huge play over there for Hoon, the superstar, the Mr. MVP. But looking at the match so far, 2-1. Very explosive, nice and early from both sides of the table.
Yeah, so momentum, once again, is the question. But already, the fact that BTK is able to hold on, they get the objective. Yeah, that fight wasn't the best for them. But still, the way things kind of unfolded, the way the timing was, it wasn't their best fight, right? But the fact that they were at least able to secure the objective kind of gives them that ability to stay here, right? Stay in the game, lead up to the second turtle if they can. That's why Outplayed is going to constantly be putting pressure where they can.
Huge play over there. Yato takes down best player just in time. That is going to be the jungler out for Outplay.
Yeah, and if we kind of rewind a couple seconds back, you said the fight wasn't into their favor, but getting the turtle, but Shark.
Huge battle on the mid-river. Shark on the chase. The reach passion goes out. Tyrant's Revenge onto the wall. Stunning Yato. Rough waves as well. A lot of utility on the board. The wall. The Guardian's Berry and the Wild Charge onto Shark, and a recall for some additional damage.
That's additional damage right there. Joybodge powering up.
Basic.
Is going to rush away, needs to get out. ISO on the chase, a madman, but look at best player. Fastest executions in. ISO in a tricky situation, needs to get out. Thorn Rose unable to hit the mark, but Zane joining the fight, trying to kite, trying to allow ISO to get away. He is able to get out of there alive. A great save from Zane.
And that is a very tricky situation for Outplay. That is not kind of the rotation that you want. You did expect a kill, but not secured, but we do see neutral Jack the Turtle coming in just about now. We do see the rotations coming in for BTK. Looks like Zane's going to go ahead and take his hand on it first, but Shark already doing a good job. Zoning out Joybodge on this Grok, but best player
is going to rush in, is going to puncture into the turtle, but now facing the full team of BTK. Joybodge secures the turtle. No retribution needed. Tyrant's Revenge onto the wall. Yato and T. Rough Waves goes in. Yato secures the kill, takes down Shark. Speedy Light Wheels from ISO. Maybe able to pick one up. Thorn Rose goes down. A Princess Wrath from Zane. Yato with the double takes down Promise, and out goes Outplay.
Wow. Okay, that is amazing. They get the second turtle, and you can just see, and the recalls speak for itself. Joybot is feeling it, right? He had rough game 1, he had a great game 2, now he's having a great game 3 so far. And also the setups he's able to find with this Grok, the Wild Charge, really allowing the rest of the team to shine here. This is what I said minutes ago. You draft a Kadena, you get this lead. He's 3-0-2 now for Yato. This is the best start that BTK could ask for with this lineup.
And they are securing that lead, right? We do see a 2K gold already into the hands of BTK, but I also want to point out Joybosh didn't do so great, didn't show the best potential that he has as a roamer in that first game with that Kaja, but now you see in the games and like these ganks so fast, so tight. But look at bot side right now, the rotations coming in from BTK.
Yeah, you're seeing both teams getting very comfortable, starting to kind of elevate as we rise through this series. And I gotta say, Joybosh coming alive. He was looking a little shaky the first game, but the second half and the third game looking really strong. But now Joybosh rushing in, realizes 3 members of Outplay down there, not the way he wants to go.
Okay, this is the thing. Outplay is gonna want to go ahead and contest. There's some action top side though.
Yeah, huge play top side, the stun onto Promise. Bravest Fighter Raging slash Boba Zane for some additional damage. Promise with the Black Dragon able to escape, but this will create the opportunity for BTK to secure that first turret.
And that is an objective down for the side of Outplay. So a good trade, I would say, for the side of BTK, but not so much for Outplay. Petri has been used, but mid side
is going to get a knock-up. Airborne, put him on the trampoline. Yato takes down Hoon, but look at Shark rushing in for some additional CC. Not able to hit the mark, though. And so far, a great game for BTK. 2 turtles up.
All right, it's getting a little scary. Yato at this point still fighting for this turtle, right? Third one in the game. We'll see if they're actually able to secure it. Joybosh just 1 versus 2 at this point, feeling really good. It looks like BTK is going to go ahead and pull it out, start it, but Outplay wants to get a position. They really don't want to give up 3 turtles to BTK as they battle it out.
Yeah, a little battle inside of the turtle pit on the way. Thornrose does go out by best player who secures the turtle just in time and punctures away.
That was a 3v1 red tree right there. That was a beautiful red tree picked up by best player coming in on this turtle, but we do still have to remember they could pick up these 2 neutral objective turtles, which is going to be the turtles and buffs and the creeps, but bot side looking like a little bit of setup here, trying to look for a trade right here.
And Shark gonna go ahead and wind up, possibly check the bliss, knocks up Joybosh, but is gonna be surrounded by 3 members of BTK. 3v3 on the bottom side.
Oh, they're still going
on the way. Fight not over.
done.
Best player joining the party is gonna go ahead and continue his farm, but neither side gonna find any casualties.
All right, that was a great defensive deciding moment for BTK because it could have been way worse, right? They still have to hold on here though, because look at best players. You're gonna try to cut them off, put some pressure. Keep Joybosh quite low. Here comes Mobazane to help him out, though.
Yeah, Mobazane definitely joining the fight. Realizes we cannot lose this turn. We are up on the map right now. It is bleeding red, but on the top side, Promise versus T, the 1v1 is a shot. That's enough to keep Promise alive, and he is going to be able to get out without falling.
Not falling, but the objective is still into the hands of BTK. Took down 2 turrets on that top side. Only left with their high ground base turret for the side of Outplay. Now, they do need to make some decisions, right? They can either go ahead and be a little bit aggressive, but they do know they're kind of on the back end right now, right? They don't have the objectives and the turrets into their favor, and they do know the fight that they can take is up to them. But here we go.
Yeah, really, Outplay doesn't have much space to work with. They got no turrets so far. Oh, they're going to initiate, though.
Huge wild charge with the Petrify. The trampoline from the airborne knockup. ISO finding a kill, takes down Shark. Boone trying to get away alive, but Yato shutting him down, unstoppable.
That is a shutdown coming in, but we're going to do it. The thing is with Outplay, right? Even though things aren't into their favor, they try to reset everything and him be like, hey, we're gonna take a step back, we're gonna try again, rework these rotations, rework these fights, and we've seen it in the previous NACT seasons as well, right? BTK kind of has the upper edge, but they flip it right away.
This is the thing, BloodThirstyKings, you know, they live up to their name for a lot of time. They're out for blood here, especially when they have the momentum, right? And T do an amazing job. There's not much Shark can do here. Turret after turret is going to be claimed from BTK. All the while, they set up for positioning for that Lord take. Best player trying to get some vision here.
Trying to give some vision, but man, been on more than he could chew. Is going to puncture out, but a good start for BTK, right? 9 minutes in, slowly getting to that mid game and having control of the map. As you are seeing Promise need to get away. He's going to use that Furious Dive just in time, but Outplay needs to find a way to turn this in their favor. So far, this is a one-sided story for the BloodThirstyKings.
And we already see the rotations coming from both sides, from both teams. But we did see Joybosh actually use that wild charge and try to grab a little bit of CC. But knowing that Shark still has the Tyrant's Revenge coming in, but
huge battle on the way. The Tyrant's Revenge onto the wall. Who takes down Yato? Best player in a bad situation. Caught between 3 members of BTK. And Mobazane is going to be able to secure the Lord. No problem. But now, looking at Outplay, trying to secure some kills, trying to find a trade in their favor. Basic takes down Mobazane. Promise finds ISO. Joyboss left alone. Needs to get away. Is going to join T on the top side.
And this is what I just said, right? It looks like they were on the losing edge, but they just flipped it around. They did lose a Lord, however, but they were able to get some kills into their favor and now go ahead and take these objectives as well. They're going to go ahead and take their first turret, which is going to be in that mid side.
So this is the response, right? They're still going to be going basically.
Be taken down. T secures that kill. Is going to get a stun as well. Promise trapped by the Guardian's barrier on the run. T on the chase as well. Out for blood. Living up to the name, the Bloodthirsty Kings, as you are seeing best player. Phantom's execution into the orange buff and away to the base. But look at the zonage from BTK.
Absolutely. The top side, though, however, who's going to go ahead and get his hands on that Lord to go ahead and try and defend. But did you see how much pressure BTK just put towards the jungle side of Outplay? He really had to get out, but mid side.
It is a huge battle on the way. Huge objective falling. ISO taking the turret. T rushing in with the frontline presence. For the stun and the full commitment, knocking him airborne. T takes down Shark, but look at Outplay. Rushing in, trying to defend the tier 2 turret. Can they do it? Yes, they can, but the map is bleeding BTK.
This is a great, kind of back and forth what we're seeing from both teams. BTK, they might have lost, that last Lord fight that they had, but really it was just the numbers advantage that Outplay had. So now they're still going to go ahead and knock on these turrets, knock them down, trying to get the space advantage, and it's up to Outplay to really respond from this. They should be able to hold on to these base turrets for now, and about a minute and a couple seconds away, they're going to have to deal with the Lord, right? They don't want to just give that one away because they have fight in them. You can actually see it when they're skirmishing, when they're sometimes even full-out team fighting. They have the capability to actually contest these objectives. The biggest problem for them, because they only have one turret this entire game, is they don't have space to move with. And so that's what Outplay has to fight for. And if that's finding a setup, a pickoff, if they can, that's best case scenario. But the biggest problem is right there, bottom right of your screen, it's Yato. The Kadita is a huge threat, especially to someone like basically who still needs time to build up here. And that's why you see them so crowded together, right? This is their form of just kind of the ultimate bonding experience. They're sticking together here.
Absolutely. And now the thing is, you have to work together as a team. Now, Outplay, when it comes to this draft, you do have to fight as a team, but Shark just got caught out.
With the wild charge knocked airborne, the petrified going down. Hoon joining the fight. Shark able to get out of there alive. Yato takes down Hoon. Namir's passion from afar from basic. ISO caught by best player, but now Promise the best player on the run. T takes down Shark with a killing spree. Shawance is activated.
Yato.
Promise may be able to take down Yato. Is going to use the run waves to get out of there. The knockup on to Promise, but look at best player. Tricky situation as well. Needs to escape. Joyboss and T. Fell to low HP. Best player pass in, takes down Yato. Punctures back through T and Joyboss, but T shuts him down for the mega kill. Promise and Joyboss and T fighting it out. 2v1. Promise, the king of life still. Can he sustain himself? The wild charge for the knockup. The life steal is still there. He is still alive, and he furious dives out of there. Escape from T, but look at T. Look at the drive. Still rushing in.
Basic?
Both fighters fighting their lives out on the line, but Basic in the bush. Possible Lord still on the way. Needs to swap over. Could possibly get a little bit of a snipe first still, but look at Moon. Wraps around just in time. Zane has the retribution. T joined the fight. Ravens fighter, Rage Slash. Zane is going to go ahead and secure the turtle for BTK. Huge play. Basic takes down T. Zane takes down Basic to respond, but BTK claims the Lord.
Not the best trade I would like to see. They did try to go for that Lord because, just like Nice said, you can't really. They don't want to really give up this Lord, but if they give up this Lord, they're going to lose so much potential here.
Can I just say that is going back to the break point, the pretty much the keys to victory for BTK. They slowed it down, right? They slowed it down. You're going to look at the replay here. That's what they had to do. The timing was great. It looked like OP would make it in time, but what a Guardian's barrier there to cut off Basic. He wasn't able to escape, and now they're marching in the base in the mid lane.
Marching in the base, possibly trying to claim some real estate. ISO find the turret. Yato taking down best player. The map has opened up for Outplay. What is happening right now? BTK, knock, knock. Who's there? Mobazane and the revamped team trying to claim game 3.
It looks like they are trying to go ahead and defend this.
You are going to see huge play on the way. Huge invade from BTK. Promise front line trying to sustain himself, trying to stop BTK from claiming some more of these inhibitors. You are seeing Hoon on the bottom side, but look at BTK. Very comfortable right now. A little bit of that recall for that additional damage that we love to see, and down goes the top inhibitor turret.
I love T. He just bravest fighter jumps in there and he just stands. He's like, come on, who wants it? So that again is how good BTK is feeling with this game. Number 3, their total control here. Again, Outplay at this point, 15 minutes in, one turret. Right now, The top side is holding on to about 1 hit away. They should be able to get that down, work around with it, but they got about a minute and a half to do something, right? Because next Lord's going to come up here. They don't want to give that one up. And conceals are going to be used. They're just trying to scout around the map. This is what I was talking about advantage-wise. Now, let's take a quick look at the items here, Eunice.
And we are looking at that 15-minute power spike. So we're kind of in that mid to late game, but this could go towards that late game. But we already see a lot of Immortalities being picked up by the side of BTK. Zane, one of that tank jungle needs to go ahead and be able to front for a lot. ISO also picking up the Immortalities. So we're going to see a lot of those long, sustained fights. And my question is, Weezy, can you breathe?
Oh, man, I'm trying. But they're making it very hard. But look, 15 minutes in, right? Officially getting to the late game. The respawn timers are getting higher and everything on the line. As you are going to be seeing this Lord spawn in 40 seconds. The question is, how can Outplay find their momentum? They're a team that's been dominating the whole 2023 spring season, but now taking some losses, right? BTK able to find their rhythm, and if they keep this up, it may put Outplay on the back end.
This is the time, you know, they have to, this is exactly what OP has to do. Move around the map together, scout things out the best way you can. If that's at the sacrifice of your conceal, then that's what you have to do, because if someone goes down, if someone gets picked off, especially from Yato, it's tough, right? The fact that you try to contest that next Lord, you cannot lose a member at this point of the game, so they're forced to stick together. They got to secure the buffs that they can here for best player, and then allow themselves to actually contest that Lord. You can see that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Basically, his positioning is crucial here, and if he can get into a setup the way that he needs to be, if Shark can find it, that's going to be huge. So already BTK controlling this side of the map, ISO making his way down too. Still, everybody has the green lights ready to go, and also the spells. Already some items being picked up too. Lord's going to be half health here. BTK taking it slow.
Doesn't even matter too much about this about the gold, you know. Usually in that early game stage, you want to harp on who is most fed, is able to get the most amount of creeps. But right now, we're already into that mid to late game, so gold doesn't even really matter. You just want to see what you can get out of this, and knowing that Outplay right now is in the back end. But T,
huge play on the way. The battle in the Lord pit. Yato knock up. Yato rushing in. Shark is going to flicker away, but not same story for best player. T is going to shut him down. The jungler does fall for Outplay. Retribution into the hands of Mobazane to be able to secure this Lord.
There you go. There was an attempt, but there was a forced initiation from BTK. They knew exactly what they had to do. Joybaj is massive this game, has not died, 12 assists for him. And that is crucial items being picked up for basically, because again, he wants to be able to survive those fights if he gets in a bad situation, buy a little bit of time here. So they have to hold on. Outplay has to hold on to this mid lane, get rid of Lord, get rid of those charged up minions, marching down, holding on to one last turret of the base here. And they'll see. BTK might press the situation once again.
That's right. Definitely knocking on the door, trying to find their way into the base. Crystal, BTK sitting strong. Lord crashing into the base as well. You are seeing the battle on the way. Can they close this out? Airborne knockup. Yato takes down Basic. BTK leading the way. Stampeding through the base. Crystal, they claim victorious for game 3 against Outplay.
Beautiful game coming in. We are looking at a 2-1 right now. BTK taking out Outplay in that third match. This is also a best of 7 series, so we actually might be here for a pretty long time now. What are you thinking?
Hey, I'm loving it, right? I hope everybody else is too, because some people were talking about before, you know, it's going to be a sweep. Well, it's not, and now, hey, it's 2-1 in favor of BTK. And I know earlier, I know this, some people are going to be like biased, right? But the three of us sitting here, let's take a quick recap of our predictions. I think we all said